And Kings, my name is Tandega Shabangu. Welcome to my channel. If it is your first time here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. Welcome to today's tutorial where we'll be doing our letter O. So we're going to be doing our capital letter O and our small letter O. What materials we'll be using for today's tutorial? Standard combo. We'll be using our check beads, we'll be using our upholstery thread and our needle. So let's get started. So this is how we're going to start our capital letter O. At the corner, you're going to pick up 2 red beads. These are my 2 red beads. And then I add my 1 red bead. This is my background color. Then once you've added your 3 red beads, then you can start picking a different color for your letter. Starting with my green. So for here, we're going to add 6 green beads. Bead number 1. Bead number 2. And bead number 3. So in total, you're going to have 6 green beads. Let's add 3 more green beads. And then 1 more green bead. So in total I have 6 green beads. So for the rest of the row, you're going to add your 3 more red beads and then we come back. I've done the rest of the row. Now let's get started with our new row. So what we want to do, so this was the base. So now we're going to open and widen up our O. So at the corner, you start with your 2 red beads. You pick up another red bead, and then at this point, when you're closer to your line for your O, that is where you're going to add 1 green bead. Remember, we are widening our O. So this is where we are. So we're going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red beads and then our green beads. So 5 red and 1 green bead. So here I've added my 5 red and 1 green bead. So to finish off the row, you're going to go back to your background color and then you add 2 beads of your background color. So this is my first and now my second. So once that is done, you start off a new row. You're going to pick up your 2 background color beads. The reason I'm saying background color is because I'm quite aware that we all might be doing these alphabets using different colors. Okay, so you've added your 2 red beads and then you add your green. This is the color you're using for your letter or your alphabet. Okay, I had a knot here, sorting it out. I don't know, you know, when I'm using black upholstery thread, it easily gets knots. I don't know what's the science behind it. Okay, so this is how it is. So now moving forward, I'm going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 green beads and 6 red beads and 1 green bead. I've completed my row. I've added my 6 red, 1 green and 2 red beads. So now let's get started with this row. At the corner, you pick up your 2 red beads. So this part that we're doing is the central part of our letter O. And then I am going to pick up 1 green bead. After my 2 red beads, I pick up 1 green bead. And then I'm going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 red beads and 1 green bead and 1 red bead. 7 red, 1 green, 1 red. I've added my colors, so I've finished this row. So now let's get started on our next row. So this is the half part of our letter O. So the next part that we'll be doing moving forward, we're going to be doing the other half of our capital letter O. So you get started with your 2 red beads. And then you pick up 1 green bead. Because now we're working on closing off our O. Oopsie, and not as usual. So you keep adding your beads until you get to the other side. And then you add, oh sorry, I apologize. I almost made a mistake. So after you've added your 6 red beads, then you add your 1 green bead. There we go. Then back to your red. Back to your red beads. Okay. So now at the corner, you're going to start off a new row. What do? You pick up your 2 red beads. Then you pick up another red bead. So in total, you have your 3 red beads. Once you have that, then you pick up your 1 green bead. So the rest, to save time, queens and kings, we're going to do it off camera. So you're going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red beads and then green beads and 2 red. So 5 red, 1 green and 2 red beads. So this will be the last row that we'll be doing, queens and kings. I've added my 5 red, 1 green and 2 red beads. This is the last row that we'll be doing for our capital letter O. So you're going to pick up your 2 red beads, queens and kings. I enjoy making O because it's very simple. I cannot wait for us to do Q. I can imagine Q is gonna be Very fun and exciting to do. Okay, so you've added your 3 green beads, red beads. Now you're going to start adding your green beads. So your green beads should connect this tip to this tip. Ne? So in total, you have 6 green beads. So we're going to add our first green bead. Second green bead. And our third green bead. Oopsie. So you keep adding your green beads until in total you have your 6 green beads. Oopsie. Here we go. So we have our 6 green beads. Then to finish off, you're going to finish the row with your background color, your red. Your 3 red beads. So this is how our capital letter O looks like, Queens and Kings. So now let's get started with our small letter O. So we are ready. I've prepped my line. So for our small letter O, it's going to be the exact same thing, but in a smaller scale, Queens and Kings. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start off with my 2 red beads. So for this row, we are going to add 6 red beads, 3 green beads, and 3 red beads. So 6 red, 3 green, and kanjalo. I lost my train of thought. Okay, so we have our 6 red beads. Now we're going to change to our green beads. From our background color to our letter color. So we're going to only add 3 green beads. Only 3. My thread is caught up. Black upholstery thread, when I catch you. When I catch you. Okay, now we've added our 3 green. Now we're going to add our 3 red. So black upholstery thread is like this. It's a mess. I'm slowly enjoying using nylon thread than I am enjoying using upholstery thread these days. Slowly. My interests are starting to be different now. So now you're going to pick up your 2 red beads because we're starting a new row. The love is not the same anymore. We have lost interest in each other. It's not me, it's you. It's not you, it's me. Have you ever received those words that say it's not you, it's me? Hey, Queens and Kings. Umgo. So after you've added your 3 red beads, you add your 1 green bead. I feel like that's the most laziest way of getting yourself out of a relationship. Saying it's not you, it's me. Explain what? What is it that is not youing, it's me? It's meing. You understand? Yeah. How? It's not you, it's me, and then what? Rosalina. So you add your your two red beans, queens and kings, and then you change to your one green beans. So we're doing the same thing as we're doing in our big letter O, but only at a smaller scale. So for the rest of the row, I'm going to do it off camera, then we're going to come back. So this is the row. Now we're going to start off our next row. So we're going to start off by adding our 5 red beads. Another thing that I enjoy about the nylon thread is the fact that it's flammable. So you can burn it in order to hide the, you see when you've joined your thread, so you can just burn it and hide it nicely. That's another part I like about the nylon thread, unlike upholstery thread, you know. So upholstery thread, the only thing you can do to hide your thread is to cut it, and then that's it. But for nylon, you can burn it nicely and hide it nicely. And once it's burned, you can also, you sure that it can be undone easily, unlike only when you have a knot. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I mean. So you're going to have your 3 red beads. After that, 1 green bead, and then you add your 1 green bead. Once you're done, you're going to continue with the row and add your red beads. So I've finished my row. So for this row, so this will be the central part of our capital letter O. You're going to add your 2 red beads and 1 green bead. And then from this point, you're going to add your 4 red, 1 green, and the rest you're going to finish off with your red, your background color. So 4 red, 1 green. So this is where we are. I finished the row queens and kings. So now we're going to work on closing our small letter O. So you're going to get started with your 2 red beads, 3rd red bead, then you have your 4th red bead, then you have your 5th red bead. Then once you've added your 5 red beads, now you're going to change and add your 1 green bead. So 1 green bead, 1 green bead, 1 green bead, 3 red and 1 green. And then the rest will be your red. This is how it looks like. So I'm going to add my 2 red beads and 1 red bead. And then I add my 1 green bead. After adding my 1 green bead, I add my 2 red beads. So this is my first red bead, and this is my second red bead. From there, you add your 1 green bead. Okay, so for the rest of the row, you're going to add your red beads, your background color. So I've done my row. So this will be the final row that we'll be doing. So I'm just going to talk over it and we're going to do it off camera. How we're going to go about, you're going to add your 6 red beads, 3 green beads, and your 3 red beads. 6 red, 3 green, and 3 red beads. So this is our work in total. So we've added our 6 red, 3 green, and 3 red beads. So this is where we're going to stop, Queens and Kings, for this tutorial. Next tutorial, we'll be doing our P. Oh, I cannot wait for us to do Q. I feel like it's going to be interesting. Interesting and nice. But the one thing that I love about doing these letters is that I get to see how interesting it is to incorporate what we've done, the letters we've done before, and incorporate that work. Because if you look at our O closely, you can see this is our C. Let's bring back our C just to show you. You see, it's the same thing. The only difference is that this is a C and this is a O, and our O is closed off and our C stayed open. So I can also imagine that when we're doing our Q, we're going to be applying for our capital Q, we're going to be using the big O, but only the difference is that we'll have a nice line moving across like this. You see, it's that's the thing I enjoy about these letters, the fact that we can use what we've learned to do something else. And that's also what how beading is. If you know the basics, you can do anything. You can beat this, that, lalela. Yeah. So this is where you're going to stop, Queens and Kings. I love you guys so much. Remember to love yourself, respect yourself, honor yourself, and have fun. See you on the next tutorial. Bye.